you had some highlights of your career. What, 2 promotions?
2 promotions, yeah.
One as a champion and one as a playoff winner.
Yeah.
So talk us through that, because again, there's many people who have a long career, they'll play many games, but relatively few people win anything.
Yeah.
Relatively few people can say they were champion of their league. You know, they were part of the best team for the whole season. I was about to say 38 games, but you man play all 40-something games.
46, yeah.
So talk us through that. Like, as you go through the season, what's the mentality like? What's the you know, when do you start believing we've got this? You know,
I'll go back to before I even went to Gillingham slightly. So I had another. Uwe Rosler was the manager of Brentford when I was
legend.
So he came over. I had a year under him. I was in and out of the team. But the following year, I had another year left.
Yeah.
But he was like, Westy, I can't guarantee that you're gonna play. Like, Gillingham's interested in you. I think you should speak to them and see if you wanna go, which I respected it.
I was gonna say, you prefer that? Yeah.
That's the managers that are the honest ones. They're the best ones.
Yeah.
For me, I'd rather you tell me if I'm gonna be on the bench and not play, I'm not in your plans. I'd rather you just tell me so I know. Don't lead me on. A lot of managers lead players on and don't tell them the truth because they in their head they're thinking, like they don't like conflict.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't like. I've had managers that can't look at man in the eye, like all these things. Like,
I think that's crazy. I can be a professional manager and like not like conflict.
But my thing is, a manager's job is not easy because he's got to control 22 to 25 players. Men as well. Like, it's not like, so you're controlling different personalities, different mindsets, different everything, different ages. So
they all come with their
it's
different
not
problems
easy
from
to be a
outside.
manager. So I could be a hothead. Like you saying to me, I'm not playing. I could argue back, or you could go to someone else that you can bad up and he's just gonna have it. So certain managers don't like. The real ones will just be honest with everyone.
Yeah.
They're the best ones.
Yeah.
The ones that are not honest, and the ones that are like, maybe just lead you on. They're the worst ones to me. Just tell the truth. Like,
or they send their assistant to deliver the bad news or
Oh
something.
man, I've had that bare times as well.
Is it?
Man. Yeah, like you're not playing and the assistant and all that stuff. I've had all of that. But yeah, anyway, he said go and speak to them. I didn't want to because they was in League 2.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to go back to League 2. I want to stay in League 1. So Martin Allen was the manager at that time. And he wanted me so much. He came to my house in Sydenham. I never had a manager come inside my house and sit down. By him doing that, that
was it.
Sold me. I was like, what? A manager come from wherever he lives. I don't even know where he lived. He came all the way down and sat in my front room, my dad and me, and told me what he wanted to do with the team, how much he wanted me. I said, nah, Dad, we got to go have this. Like the next day, so that was Wednesday. On a Thursday, me and my dad went to the stadium and spoke to the chairman. So we, the chief executive, the manager, and the chairman. We had a meeting with them, and basically, I signed on the Friday.
Wow.
But me and my dad done the deal.
I was gonna say, where's your agent? You
no
sacked
agent.
him
Yeah,
time?
I have an agent them time. So I sacked him off. But the funny thing is, that's the biggest deal I've ever had. And my dad done it.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
So the most money I've ever had, my dad negotiated that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So this is why I'm not against agents. I'm not against them because you do need them for certain things. Like, because my dad ain't got connections like to
there's certain rooms
people.
that they can
their connections are different. But in this instance,
Yeah.
my dad done the deal. Like, I'll never forget it. Like, they were drinking rum together, the chairman and my dad. If I saw that chairman today, the Gillingham chairman, he will always ask, how's your dad? All the time, because
amazing.
Remember, it's not like it's a deal. Like, it's like
it's a connection.
You're talking to my dad now, so you're not talking. You're not just talking. It's not like
a business.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's almost like a family friend.
Yeah,
kind of
like it wasn't like you're dealing with an agent. You're dealing with someone's dad. So I ended up signing there on the Friday, the next day. But my thing was, I was like, I don't even know nothing about this team. I don't know if we're gonna get promoted. I don't know if we're gonna get relegated. I had no idea. I just liked the manager. I was like, listen, after him coming to my house, after meeting the chairman, I'm signing here. And we ended up getting promoted from doing that. And I had another year at Brentford, so I could have stayed there. But decided to take the jump and go to Gillingham, and then went back to League One anyway.
Cool.
Do you know what I mean?
So in regard, so with the promotion, right? I wanted to ask about what's it like in the running, right? So I looked at the table and you lot finished, I think it was 4 points ahead of second, who were then like 2 points ahead of third. So I can't remember how it went, but I'm assuming it was tight right up into the end.
Yeah, I think there was two teams. Who was the team we were battling with? I can't remember the team. Who was it? Well, not it was. I'm trying to figure out. It was tight for the whole season though. But I think we went 10 games unbeaten. The first 10 games we didn't lose. We won 8 and drew 2 or something like that.
Memory's good, boy.
Yeah, was that it?
Yeah.
So we won 8 games.
So just touching on that, because like I watch quite a lot of league football,
Yeah.
and the start of the Championship, League One, League Two doesn't really mean much. Because like you've seen teams that kick on
and then they
so like for this season just gone, Reading started the season really well.
Yeah.
Got relegated.
Yeah.
Coventry and
Rock
Luton
bottom.
Started really bad.
started really bad. I'm saying Coventry and Middlesbrough started really bad
And
and we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So is there a point when you're playing kind of league football where you think, right, we've got to take it serious from, you got to start serious from the beginning, but there's a point where you're like,
in I'd say football in a football league or in any league, I'd say they say after the first 10 games you can see how the league's gonna shape. Not how it's gonna finish, but how it's shaping.
Yeah.
So you can see like,
there'll be a couple of outliers that make big jumps, but
so you can
most people
see
are
kind of like how it's gonna. And we was luckily that we was flying. And if I'm honest, think about it, you still got 36 games left.
yeah.
So 10 games
Still a whole
ain't even
season,
gonna
a whole
mean, but
season.
it just gives you a cushion.
Yeah, it's not even
So
a
you
third
can
of the
afford to
season.
lose a game here and then lose a game there because your cushion is so much. We was ahead of everyone, I think. Like, so it was us and another team.
Rotherham.
Yeah, Rotherham. That's it. It was us and Rotherham, and then there was the rest. So it was no one else near us. We was for the league. We were just fighting it out. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and in League 2, remember 3 go up automatic and 1 through the playoffs. So we always knew like we were going to go up.
There or
But
thereabouts.
it was fighting to win it. That was what it was.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
To be up as champions.
Champions.
Yeah.
That was what it was. We got promoted like a month before or something crazy, or 5 weeks before, and then it was just fighting Rotherham to see who won the league.
So
That's what it was.
in a title challenge like that, how are you looking at Rotherham? You look like looking at how they're doing and saying, is that putting added pressure on your games or
No,
how you
100%.
perform?
You definitely look. You have to, man.
Because you know how they get in the media and they're like, "Oh, we're just
This
taking
is
our
it.
game one game at a time."
You definitely
Really?
look. You're definitely looking. And football community is small, man. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
I probably had friends at Rotherham
Yeah.
speaking to them. Oh, what are you not doing? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the football schedule, you might
What's the Tuesday?
play
Like, do you know what I'm
lunchtime.
saying?
They might play the next day.
This
play,
is it. Yeah.
it's
So,
true, yeah.
did you ever have to kind of G anyone up? Because I know, like you say, you got promoted 5 weeks to go. Did anyone kind of rest on the laurels, or did you have to be like, "Come on, like, let's do this"? Or was
do you know what it
everyone
is? We had a
into
good mix, man. We had good leaders.
That's good.
Even Dion Burton was in my team. That
Oh,
Gillingham
right,
team.
nice,
So
yeah.
he was experienced. So we had a good mix of experience and youth. So they led us. The older ones definitely led us to that league. Adam Barrett, he was the captain. He was. Imagine this, he was the captain when I got promoted at Gillingham and the captain when I got promoted at Southend.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah, so captain, I
mentality.
call him that's my captain. Do you get what I mean? So, but we had good leaders to lead us, like people that's been there before. So it was, we was lucky. And Martin Allen, the reason why I liked him so much, man, he was just so confident and positive, man. Like, positive. He believed that we could beat anyone, like, and that's what I loved about him. He was just like, yeah, like, we're gonna go and beat them, man. Like, we're gonna win. And he was just so positive, and that positivity,
It's infectious.
yeah, on
Yeah.
us. So we was going into games thinking we're gonna beat these teams.
Mm.
Like, we used to win 1-0, and I'm like, I don't even know how we won the 1-0 because we got battered. Do you get what I mean? The whole game, but we won. That's why I say that's a sign of a champion.
Yeah.
If you can win 1-0 on a Tuesday night away from home, that's a sign of a championship team, a team that's gonna win.
Yeah.
They're the teams that get promoted. The little 1-0, not the teams that batter teams. You go away and win 1-0. They're the ones that count.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest. That's the hardest to get your mind around.
That's where
Do you
you're
get what I
the
mean?
mentality.
When it's sunny on a
monsters, as they
Saturday,
say. Yeah.
You can get up for that. But
Yeah.
can you get up for a Tuesday night when it's raining?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had a good balance in the team. So it was good, man. It was good.
I know you touched on it quickly, but the importance of having good leaders, right?
Yeah.
You said how you refer to him as your captain. Just speak to his influence maybe a little bit more about how him or maybe one or two others, what kind of things they done to just keep everyone in check or make sure that the levels didn't drop.
I just think the standard, like they just set the standard. So in training, like just making sure that you're training properly and it's not like sloppy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you got to train good every game because that's not true. No one does that. But just the majority of the time, make sure your standard's high. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because we're in a good position here. Don't mess it up for everyone else. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had people like that, and Dion Burton, and as I said, he played internationally, played at the World Cup, and so he would guide us and give us help where we need it, especially the younger boys.
Yeah.
Like, so we had good leaders, man. We had good leaders, so it helped definitely in the running for that.
You can see there's like a core set of players who played a lot of games, like 5 or 6 players who played, 30, 35, 40 games, and then other people that filled in around. So, it's old football stereotype, but you almost had like a spine, It was yourself, Dion Boyton played a lot of games. There's a couple of centre-backs that played a lot of games, Andy Frampton, Charlie Allen. So it was like you had a core spine, and then maybe a bit of luck, right? Because you don't play 41, 42 games without injury and have 6 or 7 players. So that's a little bit of element of that as well.
Yeah, I think, do you know what that was as well? Like, as I said, Martin Allen, he believed that he could play any team and was going to win. He rotated it all the time.
Okay.
So it didn't even matter. I would score and I might not start the next game.
Yeah.
You're like, Westy, I'm going with them two,
And how did you feel about that?
I was fine with it because he was honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, the next game I might start. I'll probably start.
Yeah.
He was like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just, if you're going to be honest with me, I can no matter how you feel, I have to respect it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So even if you say, Westy, like, I don't rate you as a player, and that's your honest opinion, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It's when you're lying and saying these bare different
Say
things.
one
That's
thing
what.
to you, say something to someone else.
Yeah, I can't do with that. I'd rather just be honest with me, and then I can respect your opinion. Do you get what I mean? Because if you actually feel like that, then that's your feelings. I'm not gonna say no, you're wrong. I can believe you're wrong, but if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Do you get what I mean?
I agree with that. As long as you don't insult me, you can have your opinion.
Yeah, that's it.
Just don't insult me. You're entitled to your opinion.
That's it. Exactly.
So then now you're champions. You've won the league. You're the best team in the league. What's the feeling around the club? Because obviously, to get through a season, it's not just the team and your manager. There's the whole club. Everyone is supporting you. The support staff, the people at the club, the coach driver. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's kind of in it together. What's the feeling like around the club?
It was I said that was my first promotion, so it was amazing, man. Like winning the league, getting promoted. As I said, we got promoted like weeks before.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we knew like the promotion was good, but to lift the trophy,
that
was the difference. Like we was, and if I'm correct, we had to, I think, draw the last game of the season. We had to draw it. And I think we was up 2-0 and then they came back 2-2 or something like that. And it was nervy. I was thinking, oh my God, but we ended up doing it. And lifting a trophy, having your family there, see it, experience it. Because if I'm honest, that time there when I was at Gillingham, my cousins used to come to my games every game. My cousin Edward and my cousin Aaron used to come to my game every game. And they even they was there. My dad obviously was there all the time. And they saw me lift the trophy and they obviously, they even got pictures with the trophy.
Yeah.
So it was nice. You see when you get promoted, you see when Man City and all their kids and
hold
it's like
league
that.
and all
It's
that.
actually like that. You everyone gets a chance to have the trophy or celebrate and take pictures with everyone, and it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling.
That's a good point actually, because you think of all these players. Imagine being that kid. When you're older, you got a picture of you holding the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's mad.
That's what I'm saying.
I never thought of that
they'll
before.
never ever forget that. If you keep the picture and show them when they're grown up, they're gonna